All right, so what I'm about to do is take a couple packs of this pork fat I got from my hog. It's probably almost, one of them was over 2 pounds, one of them was almost 2 pounds. This is just under 4 pounds of pork fat. And I'm gonna render this down to lard using my InstaPot. I got this ground up to make this easier, but it turns out after they freeze it, it's still kind of in big clumps and not really ground. So I'm gonna chop it up a little bit first and get that put in my InstaPot. So there's my pork fat. It's pretty much filled this thing up to the top. I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of water. Some of these models might not need the water in it. I'm pretty sure mine does. I'm putting it anyway, it's not gonna hurt anything. But then all I'm gonna do is get this thing on high pressure. We'll get this thing on high pressure for 1 hour. And there we go. If you have bigger chunks of fat, you'll want to put it on longer time than this. This should be good for the ground, and it broke up pretty good when I was cutting it actually. So 1 hour should be good for this, and then we'll get this fat rendered, we'll strain it, and hopefully we'll have some cracklins. All right, so this thing is at 0 now, the hour's up. I'm gonna let it natural release, and then open it up and get it strained. All right, so there is our liquefied fat. Now we're gonna let it cool just a little bit and we're gonna strain it. So to strain it, I have a metal strainer here to get a lot of the stuff out, but I want it really clear, so I also have some cheesecloth. I'm gonna lay the cheesecloth in this strainer and then strain it into a container that I can keep it in. Do not, I've seen people do this with both broth and rendering fat and everything. Don't take this and put it in your sink and put your cloth on and pour it through and let all your fat go down the drain. Put a bowl under it to keep the fat, because that's what you're keeping this time when you strain it. But I'm gonna let that cool just a little bit and get this set up, and then we'll do that. Now I'm gonna take some of this and get it in a pan on the stove and make some cracklins. So the reason I use the strainer and cheesecloth is to get everything out of this fat. Pure fat won't mold. So if you plan on storing this for a good amount of time and stuff, you're gonna want all the little pieces out of it even. Every little piece. So that's what I have now, is just pure pork fat. I'm gonna set it here and let it cool. But there are lots of ways you can store this. I know some people put them in like the little freezer trays and make little tiny blocks and throw them in a Ziploc bag. Put them in like bread pans and have these big chunks that are frozen to use. You can put them in like mason jars and just use it to scoop out as you need it. It depends on how much you have and how you want to store it. But I got quite a bit here to store. I still got a lot more in the freezer to render down later. There's what I have right now. All right, so I got my cracklins. Basically, I just cooked them in that pan until I got a whole bunch of little crunchy pieces. There's my cracklins. Now this, I'm actually gonna put a little bit of, I got some smoked salt. I'm gonna put a little bit of smoked salt on it now. I did drain it on paper towel for a little bit to get some of the excess grease off. Now I'm gonna put a little smoked salt on it and I'm gonna have it as a snack. Some good cracklins. And I still have some left to make some more.